That's right, the hottest searches of the week are in. This is Hot Clicks with Natasha.
Natasha's back. Happy Friday to you.
TGIF, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. All right, let's get straight into it.
right.
Quiz question first.
The question is, Thanksgiving in the US has many traditions, and one of them is having a large dinner with the main dish being blank. What is the blank? Is that number 1, turkey, number 2, shrimp, or number 3, burrito?
Once again, please.
Thanksgiving in the US has many traditions, and one of them is having a large dinner with the main dish being number 1, turkey, number 2, shrimp, or number 3, burrito.
Thank you very much. Use our Bundy board or Kakao Talk or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. And this time we're giving away, I'll tell you a little bit later. Yeah. So let's start with, it's a premium popcorn set. Of course, it's always a premium popcorn set.
Whenever it's me, it's a popcorn set.
Indeed. All right, so where do we start today?
Well, our first keyword is Yuna.
Yuna,
the Ice Queen. So on Wednesday, she was formally inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's cool.
And at the event's press conference, Yuna and the head of her management agency, they addressed recent speculations that she was on bad terms with Park Geun-hye.
Oh, yes. I didn't read the story, but I saw on the news that video had resurfaced. The one where she tried to hold her hand on a stage.
Right. And it looked as if Kim Yuna sort of brushed her hand, Park Geun-hye's hand off, right?
It could be taken that way, but it could also be that she was paying attention to something else and didn't realize.
Right.
I mean, who really knows,
Yeah,
right?
that her mind was on other things.
Yeah.
So the rumor is that Kim Yuna had been 찍혔어. So blacklisted by the higher-ups since 2014 because she didn't fully cooperate with the Park administration's agenda, such as turning up to events hosted by the Saenuri Party, and that as a result, she was overlooked for major national honors, including the 2015 Sports Hero Award. So at the press conference, Kim Yuna brushed off the rumor, saying that, nope, she wasn't personally aware of all the events she was invited to.
There's the video on Point and Radio.
Yeah, that's right. And regarding that particular incident, which occurred around 3 months ago, Kim Yuna said, even if I was a rude person, I wouldn't brush off an elder, especially the president's hand like that. That was
just rumors, right?
Just rumors.
All right, let's move on. Keyword number 2.
Keyword number 2 is another earthquake.
Japan, right?
Japan, that's right. On Tuesday, a 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck off Japan's Fukushima, and residents were reminded of the 2011 earthquake and tsunami that killed 18,000 people and, of course, led to the nuclear plant meltdown. Fortunately, no casualties have been reported so far, and amidst all this, there has been praise for Japan's fast response.
How so?
So apparently the residents, they received warning messages, SMS text messages, up to 30 seconds before they actually felt the earthquake.
Oh, 30 seconds before.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
And also, Prime Minister Abe addressed the nation within 20 minutes of the earthquake happening, despite being overseas in Argentina.
Oh, it sounds like that is a good response.
Good response.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, on the other side of the globe, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake shook up El Salvador and Nicaragua just several hours ago. Both countries initially issued tsunami alerts, but they have been lifted soon after.
Okay, that's good news then. All right, so what else then this week?
The third keyword is Thanksgiving.
Of course, in America though.
In America, when is it for Canada? It's a bit later, I remember.
Earlier
because it's warmer?
Colder.
Okay. I'm trying to pretend that I know something.
Yeah, in Canada, it is in October, and the reason is, I think, because the weather is colder, therefore the harvest comes faster. Makes sense?
Colder, so it comes faster?
So the crops come faster. You have to harvest them faster than
because
in America.
Otherwise, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's Thanksgiving in the States right now, and many families are celebrating with a turkey dinner. And at the White House, the annual tradition is to pardon a turkey.
Yes.
So instead of killing a turkey, a live turkey that is presented to the president, he pardons it. So he excuses it from appearing on the dinner table. And earlier this week, Obama pardoned his final Thanksgiving turkey named Tater and his backup tot.
And we have, how nice, tater and tot.
Yeah.
We have a clip of this.
Thank you so much, everybody. Please have a seat. Have a seat. For generations, presidents have faithfully executed two great American traditions, issuing a proclamation that sets aside a Thursday in November for us to express gratitude, and granting pardons that reflect our beliefs in second chances. And this week, we do both. Of course, Thanksgiving is a family holiday as much as a national one. So for the past 7 years, I've established another tradition, embarrassing my daughters with a cornucopia of dad jokes about turkeys.
He does have a really great sense of humor, doesn't he?
He does. And if you listen to the end, he goes on about how saying he will not be able to break this habit cold turkey. And so even after he steps down, he will continue this tradition with his daughters, Malia and Sasha, who were not there for this event. But his nephews, Austin and Aaron, were present.
Understood. All right, we're going to go to a break. But before that break, can you give us your quiz question one more time, please?
Sure. Thanksgiving in the US, it has many traditions, and one of them is having a large dinner with the main dish being blank. Is it number 1, turkey, number 2, shrimp, or number 3, burrito?
Thank you. Once again, use our Bondi board or Kakao Talk or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. We're giving away a premium popcorn set. Some more news coming up with Natasha after Eric Clapton's Change the World. We're spending time finding out what's been hot online with Natasha over the last week or so. You got a message from Son Myung-jin-님. It says, 나타샤님 안녕하세요. 분홍색 옷 너무 잘 어울려요.
잘 어울려요?
어울려요. Excuse me. 도끼 같아요.
Aw. Thank you.
I was waiting for you to say thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're talking about Thanksgiving before the break.
Yes.
And there's no Thanksgiving in Australia and England, right?
Yeah, and we've spoke about this. I think it's because we don't have the 4 distinct seasons.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as one major harvest season. We
I
sort of
got
have
it.
a year-round harvest season.
All right, so let's keep going. What else has been hot online this week?
The next keyword is Trump's cabinet. So President-elect Donald Trump has named 2 women in key administration posts. Now, the first is Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. The Indian-American Republican will serve as the U.S. ambassador to the UN. And the second is Betsy DeVos. She has been named the Education Secretary. Now, for a while, if you've been following Korean news, there were talks that the Korean-American educator Michelle Rhee would serve in that position. Michelle Rhee is, of course, no stranger to us. She is EBS Power English Brian Rhee's sister.
That's right.
And there were even pictures of Michelle and her husband meeting up with Trump last week. So and that really fueled the speculation. But in the end, Betsy DeVos has been named the Education Secretary. Meanwhile, Trump is busy extending an olive branch to all the people that he offended.
Of course.
During his campaign, including the New York Times. During his campaign, he really bashed the publication numerous times. But on Tuesday, he sat down with some of the paper's staff and called the New York Times, quote, a world jewel.
So,
Very poetic, isn't it?
Very poetic. You know, and that's what many people are saying in the media now is that Donald Trump has changed his tune quite a bit now that he has won the presidency.
Right.
And they're speaking of that meeting between Michelle Rhee and her husband and Donald Trump. There is the photo on Poinon Radio right now. That's pretty cool. Her husband, by the way, is Kevin Johnson. He was
Former NBA, yeah.
pretty cool, right?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, right. That must have been, I mean, regardless of where you stand politically, that must have been a pretty cool experience, I would think.
Yeah, she has said that it was a great opportunity for her to relay her expertise and her opinions on the education reform. But she later twittered herself that she wasn't interested in taking any positions.
I see. Right. All right, so moving on then to our final keyword today.
Final keyword is, cold snap.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's been so freezing this week.
It has. It really has. Yeah, especially in the mornings, right?
In the mornings, and I've got out my heat pack. You know those things that you take the sticky backings off and you stick it onto your body or your clothes and it stays warm?
Very popular this time of year.
Very popular. I've gotten my box out for the year. It's been a very cold week with sub-zero temperatures recorded in many parts of the country, and several regions actually saw their first snow for the winter season.
Well, we got a message earlier this morning saying it was minus 10 in Gangwon-do. Minus 10 already
imagine.
over there, yeah.
And with all the wind, the 체감온도, it must feel like minus 15
Exactly.
or something.
Yeah.
Temperatures are expected to rise slightly during the weekend.
Yay.
But light rain is still forecast for much of tomorrow, Saturday, which is when the 5th Candlelight March, calling for President Park to step down, will take place.
They're expecting a lot of people tomorrow, right?
Up to 2 million nationwide, So almost double the previous records. Now, speaking of snow, going back to that, around half of the country's ski resorts have opened up already for the 2016 winter season. An installation for the annual ice rink in front of City Hall was supposed to begin last week. Have you been there?
I used to live in the area, so I've seen it.
Oh, but you haven't skated there?
Yeah, no, I've always wanted to go and just kind of, I don't know, go for a bit of a skate. It's small, sure, but I mean, it's going to be fun because you're right downtown Seoul, right?
And you see all the Christmas lights.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be opening when?
Well, that was supposed to, the installation was supposed to begin last week, but it's been delayed because of the weekly protest. But it will still open just a bit later. So maybe this will be the first year that you go down there.
Maybe it will. All right, Natasha, thank you very much for today. Can we have the answer to your quiz question, please?
Sure. The question was, Thanksgiving in the US has many traditions, and one of them is having a large dinner with the main dish being number 1, turkey.
Turkey is the answer, and I wish I had some yesterday, today,
yummy,
or
yummy.
tomorrow, but I had myself a lovely Thanksgiving dinner yesterday.
Oh, what did you have?
I had some stuffing and some cranberry sauce. I had some
wow.
steak. I had some pasta. It was an amazing meal.
So there were traditional elements, definitely.
There were definitely traditional elements, and it was very lovely, nicely prepared for me. So I appreciated that. All right. Well, again, we have the winner for the premium popcorn set. That is Chang Ki-nyeon-nim. Congratulations to you. Enjoy your prize. Natasha, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Have a good week. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.